Hi Learnabees, welcome back to my channel. It is Miss Emily here. So this video is also for my first year friends and colleagues, if you want to call it that. So today's video is going to be a bit about my first experience in doing a practical. So I'm making this partly because I would like to document it, because I'm actually only in second year and I haven't done another practical before. But I wanted to share some of my experiences just because there are things that I wish that I knew going into practicals. So, first things first, there are two practicals that we do at our university. So actually, let me explain it like this. There's workshop that we do where we do like mock lessons, so then we just do it in front of our classmates. Then in July, are we in July? A year ago, so in July, we do our practical for 3 or 4 weeks. I can't exactly remember how long it was, but it was 3 or 4 weeks. It was in between there. And then after that, we have the rest of our term. Oh no, wait. No. When we go back to class on a Wednesday or Thursday, but that depends on the year that you are in, you will go to a school once in the morning, either on a Wednesday or Thursday, every 2 weeks. So there will be alternating groups. You'll go within a group of 6 other students. So, sorry if I just keep looking over here. I'm uploading another video, so go watch that. So basically let me start. So my other video, actually, I can't get my train of thought for some reason. So my previous video is about workshops and getting started on lessons. This video is going to be about practical. So now we're in June or July, sorry. So first thing is, you are going to be so nervous. It's a new place with new people, and oh gosh, it is so daunting going into a school and not knowing anyone. So that is normal. It's okay to feel nervous. But then I also want to say that there's not really anything to be nervous about. But there is also stuff to be nervous about. So, like, nerves are good, but don't be too nervous that you completely just stress yourself out and then you just become awkward. So, when we first got there, we sat there at my specific school. Everyone obviously goes to different schools and stuff. We were waiting around. We just waited around for the principal to come, and so that we could be introduced and all of that stuff, and for the teachers to let the teachers know, that was bad English, to let the teachers know that the students are here and which teacher will be getting which student, etc, etc. Then we got called into the staff room, which was really weird, especially being like out of school, because you were never allowed in the staff room. I don't know if that's just at our school, but we were never allowed in the staff room. It's like off limits, you're not allowed there. So it felt like wrong. So that's a normal feeling, to feel like it's a bit wrong. But it's okay, I got used to it pretty quickly. So then we were told how the proceedings were going to work, and we had to be in morning meetings and the time that we had to arrive, etc, etc. And then they got grade 7s to take us to the classrooms that we needed to be. So I was first placed in a Afrikaans class with another student, but they had 4 grade R classes, so we did grade 4 in first. We did grade R in first year, but there were 4 grade R classes. So then I got moved, and I actually got moved to an English class, which I was very grateful for. So for the first week, we were instructed that we just need to observe, which I did, but it was also a great time to get to know the learners, which I would highly recommend, because just so that they can get used to you, have a little bit of respect for you, especially since the following week and the next week you'll be actually doing lessons. So yeah, I just spent a lot of time getting to know all their names, getting to know what personality types they are, getting to know the diversity in the class, and really just embracing everything and getting to know their daily routine, because obviously each class is a different daily routine. So that's basically all I did in the first week. Then the second week came around, and one tip that I can give is always if you can, always try and take your laptop with you and take your CAPS documents with you as well. And the reason I say this is because if you end up at a school like mine, which I know a lot of students had this, a lot of students that I spoke to had this, we all had to stay, all the teachers had to stay till a certain time. So like we had to stay till 3 in the afternoon. So I would utilize my time. Seeing that the grade R's went home at about 12:30, quarter to 1, I would then sit, okay, I would have a bit of a break because obviously the days are quite busy. And then I would sit and do lesson plans. And at our university, and the reason I'm saying this, especially for the first years, is stay on top of things, because there is going to be a huge assignment that will come your way as soon as you get back to classes. And this assignment is called a portfolio. So basically it is a Lever Arch file. I actually have mine somewhere. I can't really remember where. But it needs all your lesson plans in it. There's like a whole criteria. I can't even remember all the stuff. But basically each year you do more and more lessons. So in first year we had to do 12 lessons in total in the 4 weeks. In second year, I know that the second years that I spoke to last year, they had to do 16. So it's different every year. And so at our university, the lecturers don't come in this practical. So basically it's a really good time to trial and error things. But the teacher in the classroom is marking you. So a lot of the time they do give good marks if you get like a really good, I mean, a lot of the time, what I know is everyone gets pretty much a good mark. So they'll be marking you, they give you really nice tips and tricks, so just always make sure to keep them in mind, take note of that stuff. So back to taking your laptop and your CAPS documents with. In the afternoon, sit and plan your lessons. Like plan, organize, and just make sure that all your lesson plans are finished at least 2 days before you have to actually do the lesson. Because the reason I say this is the lesson plans count a lot of marks in the actual portfolio. But besides that, you still have to make all the stuff. You need to prepare everything that you need, like everything in the lesson. Remember, with a theme lesson, you need your board summary and your theme table and all of that stuff, and your language lessons and your maths lessons. Like everything is a lot of prep. So make sure that you have everything prepped. So that's what I would do in the afternoon, so that when I got home I could prep for my lessons of the next day. So I would do roughly about a lesson every day, just one lesson every day, and the rest of the day I would just help out where I could. There were some days where I did like 2 lessons in one, or I think the most I did was 2 lessons on Monday. Or yeah, because I know in 4th year when you do grade R again, you will then be critiqued by a lecturer on a whole day's program in grade R. So that's that. Look, practical wasn't the first practical. It was obviously daunting at first, but once I got used to it, once you got used to your surroundings and the environment and everything, it became pretty easy. Not easy, I mean, every day had its challenges and all that type of stuff, but it got easier to wrap your head around. You knew the routine, your body got used to this routine, like, you know, this is like what to do basically, and how each day works, and you get to know the children really well, and it's really just a lot of fun. So that practical becomes fine, and it's a really good time to ask the teacher in the classroom how to do certain lessons, because trust me, the next part, that's the scary part. So the next thing, when we got back to classes, like I said, we did another practical where the lecturers then came to mark us. That was scary. That was seriously one of the scariest things of first year, is having a lecturer sit in the class with you and other students, and now you're sitting with children in front of you. It's real scary, especially being a first year, because you don't know if you're doing it right, you don't know if you've got the right materials, you don't know if it's complex enough, all of these things, you don't know if it's too easy. That's also kind of trial and error, and really pay attention to the other students, because the lecturers will give them tips that you should probably listen out for, because it will come in handy. So First things first is try not to show your nerves, because I think lecturers can smell fear. No, not really, but try and hide that, because sometimes the learners in the class will feed off of that. So they will notice like, oh, she's shaking with a paper in her hand, or she's trying to tell a story, or whatever your lesson is, and you shaking, and they feed off of that. They can feel that energy. So try and stay as calm as possible. Do breathing exercises. I can't even remember all the stuff that I did, but I know that I had some coping mechanisms for when I got anxious or stressed out. So try and look some stuff up to just stay calm. Then when you start your lesson, even if you need to fake it till you make it, be so confident that you don't even know who you are, because I have grown into my confidence ever since I started teaching. Because if you're going to be the shy little, hi guys, how are you? Okay, we're going to learn about it. I mean, they're not really going to pay attention to you. They're going to be, they're 5. You've got to remember that they're 5 years old. So you need to keep their attention all the time. Because otherwise they're going to pick on each other, or they're going to disturb other people. And the scariest thing about doing a lesson in front of a lecturer is keeping the discipline in the class. Because they're not your students, they're not your children. I don't have children of my own either, so it's like really a learning curve to learn how to discipline a child in a positive way. So positive reinforcement instead of negative reinforcement. I know sometimes that's not always possible, but definitely do some reading up about that before you go. Next point that I want to make is know your lesson so well. Know it off by heart, so that even if you must just, in case, because you are so nervous, I know I did this with my first lesson, is I had a list of how I wanted the things to go, and eventually, but I knew, and I know it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but I knew my lesson so well. I don't know where I got a pen from. I knew my lesson so well that I didn't even need the paper, and that as soon as I started interacting with the learners, I knew exactly what I needed to do. Have you ever thought that while you're busy watching a YouTube video, because you can only see if they're actually wearing pants, because I thought that before, but I am wearing pants. I'm just wearing pajama pants, and it definitely does not match. So there's a little secret for you. So know your lessons really well, because the learners will also, they will notice when teacher doesn't really know what she's doing. And then they won't be receptive, they won't respect you. And I know it's like weird, because you talk about respect, you would think like a grade 7 girl with attitude, but it's not, because it's more of a matter of they would be speaking while you trying to explain something. So just fake it till you make it, be overly confident, and don't be afraid to ask the students that are with you for help, and don't be afraid to ask for volunteers while you're busy giving your lesson. And calling on another teacher. I know a lot of people have assistants in their classes and stuff like that, so don't be afraid to use your resources. Like, make sure that I've lost my train of thought now. The last and final thing that I want to say is enjoy it, because it's so much fun. Like, forget that the lecturer is there, forget that you're being marked, and I know it's not always easy, but just embrace it. And like, remember, you teaching those children, you are teaching them about the g sound, and you teaching them about my family, and you teaching them all these things. So remember that you have an impact in their life, and just like seriously enjoy it, because don't let it stress you out so much that you end up hating what you're doing because you're so stressed out. Like, if you make a mistake, if you say a word funny, and that is why I don't really edit my videos, is this is real life, and this is what happens. When you're in a class, it's not an oral. When you're teaching all day, it's not an oral. You cannot prepare exactly what you're going to say all day long, so you're going to slip up. Your tongue is going to get twisted. You're going to not remember a word in English because you've been thinking in Afrikaans or the other way around. Like, this is real life. That's the thing. And yeah, sure, the 5-year-olds might laugh at you because they find things funny. laugh with them, have fun, laugh, like, just forget about the lecturer and know in your heart this is where you want to be, this is what you want to do, this is the impact that you want to make in the world, and embrace that with everything that you've got, because that mindset will seriously help in the long run. And it's something that I live by, and I know I will probably eat my words again when I have to do a lesson in front of a lecturer, but seriously, just enjoy it, because it's so much fun. And if you are passionate, trust me, by the end of practical you will know if you want to be a teacher or not. And I'm not saying give up, and if that grade's not for you, then that grade's not for you, but like, just seriously embrace it and enjoy it. I wish all teachers, like, all students who just embrace it, because they are such lovely people, and they would be such good teachers if there wasn't that pressure. Remember, at the end of the day, when you're in a classroom, there won't be a lecturer marking you. So be that person that you would be without the lecturer there. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Comment down below what you would like to see next. Send it on to your first year friends or any other friends if you have matriculants that are wanting to study teaching. This could apply to all grades, really. I mean, I just do grade R to grade 3, but send it on and spread the love and just embrace life and enjoy it. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.